What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for Wednesday on Wednesday. This is episode 6, I believe. And I think it was called Woe. Hold on, I forgot what it's called. Woe Thyself. And this was a really good, interesting episode. I want to see what everybody's vibe check is. What's up to everybody that's coming into the chat? What's up? What's up? What's up? Make sure y'all go ahead and let us know what you thought about this episode. But first and foremost, I'm just going to go across and figure out what everybody thought about this episode. TicahDishawn?
It was revealing and had a lot of stuff going on. We see Slurp is coming into himself. We finding out who Slurp really is. I was here for it. I guess if I got to rate it 1 to 5, I gave an episode of 5. I was here for it because we got a lot of information out of this episode.
Okay. Candy?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hey,
I enjoyed this episode. Very much so. Like Tika said, it was very was insightful, informative. We found out a lot of information. What I thought was going on was not going on, but we'll get to it when we get to it. I enjoyed the Freaky Friday flip. See, I got my sweater on. I'm dressed like Enid Wednesday today. So
love it.
I'm here for the conversation. I enjoyed it.
Okay, that's what's up. Tamika?
It was cool. It was cool. Wednesday was irking my damn nerves, child. I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, how much times we gonna keep doing the same things and expecting different results? Wednesday, girl. Everybody telling you your arrogance is your problem. But we already know what time it is when it comes to that. And yeah, Slurp and Tyler, the whole family reunion of it all. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Okay, because I think we all guessed something totally different last time, trying to figure out what the connection was. But my favorite part of the whole thing was the dance scene. I ain't even gonna lie. I love the dance scene. I had no clue what was actually happening when the episode first came on. I said, what in the world is wrong with Wednesday? Something is really wrong with her. But I did love the whole Freaky Friday thing. I thought it was cute. Especially getting to see them both. Sorry about that. Getting to see I don't know what Enoch's real name is, but of course Jenny Ortega, getting to see her play, seeing how she was able to switch it on and off like that. I thought it was pretty dope. What's up to everybody in the chat? Hey, Mark. I love this episode with my entire chest. Emma Myers portraying Wednesday was a spectacular performance. Let me see. Good evening. Hey, Torian.
Hey, Torian. Hey, everybody.
Let me see. Biggerford Entertainment. Hey. Yeah, so and everybody else that's out there watching right now that hasn't said anything, we appreciate y'all for sure. So we are just gonna jump into the episode, y'all. Give me a second.
Can I just say shout out to Candy with the costume change or the outfit change? She gonna come in there one way or another. She's coming prepared.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I got the perfect sweater for today.
Okay. We ain't never mad at that. We ain't never mad at a good costume change. That's what's up for sure. Okay, y'all. So let's get into this episode. So of course we're gonna take it character by character. Everybody got kicked out. I don't know what was going on. When I switched to the thing, it just kicked everybody out. Thank you, Mark Johnson, with the $5 super chat. Wednesday, Wolfing Out was amazing. She would have ripped Tyler's neck if Enid didn't stop her. Listen, I loved it. I loved it. Let me pull these up now. Let's see if I can get it to work right. Okay, there we go. But for some reason, my background is gone. Whew, yeah, it has been a day. It has been a day. Okay, we just missing when Kay come in. My whole thing is all jacked up, y'all. Hold on, let me fix this. Well, I can't fix it, so we just not even gonna worry about it. Y'all know I'm real anal about my stuff, but I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be today. But anywho, let's talk about oh mama, Adam. She sent Wednesday on this mission. Wednesday's trying to figure out like, hey, I need to get my powers back, right? I need to figure out because this is coming. I need to figure it out. And I know you know a way that I can do this. And so of course she's telling her, like, yeah, this you can try this. And then we find out about I forgot if she's a dove or a raven, and I don't even want to get to line, but we find out, girl, I really don't know. We find out that a raven. Okay, there we go. Because Morticia is the dove, right? Okay, yeah. Because she low-key called her soft on the cool. But anyway, we figure out that she tells her, like, look, there's the person whose house y'all are staying. Well, I guess that it was originally, I don't know how long ago that was. But anyway, she's like, look, she has this black magic. If you go there, you'll be able to get temporary, sight or whatever. And so, of course, Wednesday is not wasting any time. And she is low key. She is ready to go do it. But I was mad at Mama Morticia. I'm not calling her Mama Morticia. I was mad at Mama Adams because why? Why we just keep sending Wednesday on these? Why we keep indulging her? And I don't understand it. Tamika?
Girl, grandma done pissed me off. She was one of the people that irked my damn nerves because it was so funny to me how she said, I know you I'm not one to take advice and I ain't one to give advice, but girl, I'm going to tell you to go do this, which is going to cause a whole damn big mess. I said, now, Grandma, I was waiting for you to come through, but this is not what I wanted you to give. Okay, but that's what Grandma wanted to do.
Okay. Tika, I don't understand. She just always, I feel like she could like lead Wednesday in a different path, but it's almost like, okay, I'm just gonna we just don't let Wednesday be Wednesday.
Yeah, Grandmama does anything to oppose anything that Morticia would have Wednesday to do. So if she knows it's gonna piss Morticia off, she's gonna do it. And I guess we'll get to why Morticia and her mama are beefing so hard. We kind of already know because of what Morticia feels like her mama, did to her sister. But at the end of the day, that's just what Grandmama does. Anything that she knows is gonna piss off Morticia, she does it. And so she sent no girl to somebody's grave talking about go speak the language and all this other foolishness. I said no, she's about to mess up some stuff with Wednesday. But that's pretty much it for me. Why she daughter versus mama.
Okay, that part. Oh, and yeah, Mark, forgive me because see, right now I'm a little I'm a little off. Whenever my stuff get thrown off, I get thrown off too. So my bad, okay? Definitely not an Adams, but y'all know Granny. I'm gonna call her Granny, or like they call her Grandmama. I couldn't think of her first name for some reason. Like the names are not coming for me right now.
Marissa or something? No, that's Larissa. That's the Principal Weems.
Yeah, I usually call her by her first name, but for whatever reason, it's not popping up for me. But
Hester.
it's not coming. Huh?
Hester.
Oh, okay. But do you have any thoughts over this, Candy Love? And let me go.
No, other than grandmama will do anything to despise Morticia, no matter what. That's all that is. It may benefit Wednesday, it may not, but whatever it is, she wants to do anything to go against what Morticia has said or what Morticia does. That's all. She doesn't care.
Okay, that part. Now, I'm just going to move back to the beginning of the episode real quick, but I just wanted to go ahead and get her out the way before I move through the rest of my people. But I do want to talk about the first part of the episode when we have the sheriff is up in there, they at the school, and they having to explain what went down. And the Addams family stood tall together. They was like, look, we ain't really feeling each other right now, but we gon' be a unit, because she said I should arrest you for letting her go. And then Wednesday come with the quick snap back. And then we have her dad come with the quick snap back. Like everybody was like popping back off at her, like, no, that's not what we're gonna do. And of course, Dum Dum is what I'm gonna call him. But we know the principal, he's all everything worked out, and then he wants to implement a curfew, right? But that's his way of trying to get to the gala, because I think at the gala, of course, he's just trying to get to the money. We already know what he's trying to do. And his threat is that if anybody, does not make it to curfew, that they won't be able to go to the gala. So that's where the first little contention comes in at. Any thoughts just over how the episode opens up, and anybody can speak?
Well, the opening of the episode, when we saw her dancing, I was like, what the hell? Wednesday done went backwards? Like, what is going on? This is not the Wednesday that I know that's supposed to be allergic to the purple or the color in general. So that's what I remember from the beginning. And then we fast forward into a few weeks later or whatever, into them in the room with the sheriff. And, I mean, like you said, the family, they stood there, stood 10 toes down as far as letting them know, hey, we did what we had to do, and what you gonna do about it, basically, because that's pretty much what it was. For Sheriff Santiago, she just be out of the loop on everything. And so I'm just like, girl, you the baddest chick in that town right now, but you not the baddest, because you never know what is going on with these outcasts. So that was pretty much my thoughts on.
Ever never know what's going on. Now, of course, we got Wednesday's new spirit guide. I'm putting that in quotation marks like y'all can really see it, because she just irks my nerves sometimes. But her new spirit guide still is telling her, like, listen, Enoch is something's still about to happen to her. So like, she's like, the same vision, it's still gonna happen. And so of course this is of course still gonna put Wednesday on this path of like, I gotta save her, because that's all Wednesday is thinking about right now, is what she's gonna do to save Enoch. And part of me believes that Wednesday truly wants to save her, but part of me also believes that it is ego, and that it is, I have to do this and I'm the only person that can do this, which is the reason why she's not really involving anybody else or trying to get anybody else to help, which is just crazy to me. But anybody got any thoughts? Just and we'll talk about her a little bit more later, but just any thoughts on how this relationship is going to work out? Is she ever going to be able to guide this poor child?
It doesn't feel like it, because it feels like Wednesday don't want to guide. She thinks she's supposed to be guiding every damn body. I mean, the amount of times that she was told about her arrogance and, not letting people in, not having, what's the empathy? I can't remember the word. And then also her needing to really have a conversation with her mother, that's completely out. Anything that's pertaining to Morticia, she ain't trying to do that. She gonna fight that tooth and nail. And then also that, Ingrid is still in danger, and that is gonna be because of you. And so once she heard that, pretty much everything else was probably like, Charlie Brown teacher talking to her. She didn't hear the rest of it, and she was ready to go on her mission and do what she felt like she needed to do.
Yeah, because she definitely wasn't trying to hear her when she said, look, like, the key to this is you're going to have to, like, your gift comes from your family lineage. You're going to have to fix the thing between you and your mom first, before you're going to be able to even think about getting your gift back. And she is doing too much. I don't know why Wednesday irked me so bad this episode, just in certain areas, but I loved it most when Enoch was Wednesday. I ain't even gonna lie, it was cute.
Wednesday thinks she don't think a hit dog will holler, as they say. The lady, Principal Wednesday, is trying to let her know, like, your lack of empathy for anything or anybody causes your issues. Like, you need to, loosen up or open up to other things. And then the way you handle your mom is causing you to not be able to have your privileges, or because you think it's all about you. You think you're the only link that matters, as she said, and that's not actually true. You're not going to get your psychic ability if you don't tap into your lineage. Like, you just don't want to deal with your mom and your family or whatever in the way that she should to get it. So, she's just like, whatever. I'm just here. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's how I feel about it too. Like, she ain't trying to hear that. But I think that if she were to really like have a heart to heart, like a real heart to heart with Morticia, like I feel like if she really were to try to work on that relationship, which really for Wednesday just includes listening for once and like really hearing what her mom is trying to say to her, she might actually get some insight and some wisdom. And she might actually master her gift, as she say, I mastered it. Let her tell it. She already mastered the gift. Any thoughts, Tika, before we move on?
Everybody said it. Everybody said it.
When it's hard-headed, that's all.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
definitely hard head.
listen, my
And
homegirl
even her
Agnes.
falling out of oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
I was just gonna say she there's no hard lesson for Wednesday. There's just something with Wednesday that even with her falling out of a whole building, like with stitches in her head, like there's no lesson that she can actually be taught. She just has to kind of figure things out, and she may acknowledge she was right. She may, I mean, wrong. She may acknowledge, the opposite. But it's just something about Wednesday, something down in the core of Wednesday that gives she refuses to let up and actually listen to what somebody else has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that part. Now, girl Agnes, she actually comes through in this particular. Well, she always coming through. I ain't even gonna hate on Agnes because Agnes always coming through about everything. But she's listening in every single corner, everywhere she goes. She is listening. There's a point where, and I'm gonna come back to this in a minute, but because I don't want to forget it. Let me actually get this thought out so I don't forget it. But at some point there, we find out that the professor tells Wednesday about Isaac, right? Because she asked a specific question. I can't remember the exact question, but he ends up telling her about Isaac and how he created that little machine that he's in when they're talking about the brother. And then she's going to go over, she figures out, of course, that it's Slurp. And of course, she's going to go to Pugsley and she's going to ask him about that. So that she can figure out exactly, she was trying to figure out where Isaac was because she thinks that Pugsley knows. And of course, Pugsley is going to lie about it and say, like, he doesn't know. But then, of course, in true Wednesday fashion, she gets it out of him. And so now she's armed with that piece of information. For whatever reason, I knew I was going to forget that. And I did not want to forget that particular part. But I'm going to move on to Agnes because in this particular episode right here, Agnes is actually listening so much that she finds out like all the good information, all the stuff that needs to be found out, to the point where she even finds out where the brother is. Like, she actually finds them, she follows them, she gets in the car, and she was really able to, I'll say she was the one who really solved the case because Wednesday didn't do it. It was Agnes. She's the real MVP in this one, on the real. But Candy, I'm coming to you because I need to know, does Agnes get any props this go around from you? Does she get any?
Listen, I give credit when credit is due. I will give them to Lou Wendy's when it's due. Even though I don't like her because she be creepy, but she was not creepy this episode because she was where she was supposed to be when she was supposed to be there, and she did what she was supposed to do, which was tapping in, tuning in, as Tika would say, and listening, and just being where she was supposed to be. I appreciated her for doing that because can't nobody do it but her, because she's a shapeshifter. So she's the only one that can, be in those places and spaces that we need instead of creeping in and being nosy. But I appreciate little Agnes for being there, for getting all the tea.
Okay. My slide was out of order, so I'll just let me just go ahead and talk about it. But anyway, let's move on to Isaac, because Isaac say he finna go find his family, okay? And he knew exactly where to go. He knew exactly where they were gonna be. And then, of course, Tyler and his mom. He says Tyler is like, are you my new master now? And she's like, shoot, yeah. I mean, pretty much like, yeah, I'm your new master or whatever. But we also see that she's sick as well. Like, and she was saying that most of the time that hides don't live this long. Like, she's lived longer than most hides. So is that because, do y'all think that's because of the master thing? Like, because technically she doesn't have a master, right? But yet she's alive. So if she doesn't have a master and she's alive, is that to say that Tyler can live a long time without a master as well? Even though she said he was his master, but I don't know about all that. I don't know how this master thing worked. Tika?
Yeah, it's given that he can actually live a little bit longer than what is expected, but also with living that much longer comes the consequences of getting sick and all the things that we see that Francois is going through. So can he live? Yeah, but he gonna go through some issues. He's already getting sick because he doesn't have a particular master. He doesn't have someone that's claimed him as being his master. So he could go anyway. I'm sick of him.
Okay, I don't like a little behind no way, but it is what it is. Any particular thoughts just over the mom and the brother relationship? Because I thought I didn't see it coming that that it was gonna be brother and sister. I really thought that it was on some, I love you, you love me, but not like Barney, like we're a big happy family. Not that type of. I
Right.
thought it was gonna be on some like my long lost love type of stuff. I don't know. Candy?
Yeah, I expressed my thoughts last week on what I thought was going to happen or what I thought it to be, and I was incorrect. I thought they were long lost lovers. My first love, you and only you. That's what I thought it was. But they are siblings, and I did not see it coming. I just didn't know why he stared at the picture like that. I thought it was a long lost love, and I
Okay.
thought that was
Looking
Tyler's
at that
father.
picture funny.
But, huh?
You look at that picture funny, like
Yeah, and I'm like,
gazing.
okay, but it was, I guess they wanted us to think what we thought or have a type of thought. But I'm glad to see that he's coming into something because prior to this he was blue was stew. I'm glad he looking like somebody now.
What you say? You glad he looking like at least a piece of a person.
Yes.
Tamika, thoughts on just the relationship with Tyler, his mom, the brother?
Yeah, I didn't see that. First of all, I remember when Wednesday first got her out, we was thinking maybe she was going to end up well, I know I was thinking that she was going to be Morticia's sister or somebody. Wasn't too sure who the hell she was
Mm-hmm.
going to be, but I didn't have her being Tyler's mother. And then you got him chained up and you talking about masters, and then you like, oh, you want pancake? I was like, girl, what is happening? He was looking at her like she was crazy too, and I definitely didn't have what the heck is his name? Why my mind went blank now?
Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac as being the damn brother. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how it's all going to make sense and come together. Because child, we knew it had to lead somewhere down the line, but I didn't have it leading there. And then I was thinking that maybe they had been together in the past and it was like a reconnection, of the love in another way. But no, this is brother and sister. We introducing you to your nephew, and I thought you was dead, and you thought I was dead. I went to your funeral. I was like, okay.
Now he tells her. Okay, he tells her that he still thinks that he can get her, that he still can fix her, because I guess that's what he was trying to do, was actually take away the hide, I guess is what he's trying to do, so that she can live. And he says that he can still do it. She tells him that that what's his name, Augustine, is that his name? Augustus. It starts with an A. Y'all not be forgetting these names. Y'all gotta forgive me for these names. The guy who created Judy's daddy. I just can't think his name right now.
Augustine or Augustus?
It starts with an A. I know it's somewhere like that. But he says that they created they created like the machine that he was trying to create. It was like a blueprint, right? And but they had did something maybe they had did something a little different. Whatever the case is, the machine is there over at the office, right? And they need a power source for it. And so in order to get a power source, because Wednesday done went up there and jacked up everything, of course we know. Yes, I'm blaming Wednesday. I'm blaming everything on Wednesday this week because Wednesday was irking my nerve. But you know, the thing that went down with everything, and now there's no power there, so they needed a power source. And so guess where when he went over there to grab that power source from the professor, I said, really? Y'all just gonna take the professor like this? What are we doing here? I can't.
Yeah,
That
not
was
only did
terrible.
he take the power source, but he took his brains too. He wouldn't hold it back
Okay.
at all.
Exactly. I was like, oh no, not the professor.
Okay, that part. I wouldn't put it past Mark. Like, I personally think Isaac and the mama had an inappropriate relationship. Listen, because they was looking funny. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I don't like it. Um, but yeah, I thought that was funny. Tamika, your thoughts just on how Isaac rolls up on the professor and just take his brain and his power source. You still there, boo? Tika, you go ahead there.
That was definitely crazy. But I just want to say that this shows how smart Isaac really was. Not only did he create his own heart, but he had a power source that he used to keep Professor Olaf alive. Like even though he was literally just the head, but he created something that could help keep Orloff alive. So I mean, I was like, just go away. Don't go home, but go away. But I mean, he kind of was necessary back during that time when a lot of things were happening to individuals. He was kind of helping to keep a lot of people that shouldn't have been around. So, I hate to see Professor Olaf go out the way that he did, but I guess it was his time. Thankfully your girl Agnes was in the room. She was in the room to see it all go down.
That
And
part.
can we mention just the parts support group? Like we got the hand support group. We got thing in the heart
Okay.
support group. We got an ear. We got two eyes. Like whose eyes are those? Like what is going on here? But
A
yes,
leg.
I thoroughly enjoyed
Oh,
that though. All the parts of the body.
okay.
And Agnes
Yeah, they
goes to
was doing
join.
too
So,
much.
And that was Professor Olaf's lasting, most memorable, thoughtful thing that he's done at Nevermore. Like, we're gonna miss you, bro.
Yeah, I was like, why we gotta take Professor out like that? You back, Tamika?
Yeah, I'm here.
Why they have to take the professor out like that? Was you ready to see him go?
No, that was so horrible. Like, why y'all did him dirty like that? And that was absolutely disrespectful. Um, oh Lord, I just wish that he, I wish he didn't do that. It's like, damn, all he had was his head, poor thing. Um,
Isaac said he was on borrowed time. He had borrowed what 30 years already.
exactly, yeah. And Isaac is the one, according to him, that even I guess made that little gadget for him to be in. But I was like, damn, they ain't have to do him like that.
Yeah, I honestly didn't see that coming. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I didn't see that coming at all.
Mm-mm.
He was a friend to the
So,
friendless.
huh?
He was a friend to the friendless.
Girl,
Hope for the hopeless.
I cannot. You right though. So
Uh,
let's talk about these last few characters and really talk about the biggest scenes of the moment. So of course, Wednesday being Wednesday, she's gonna go over there and try to see if she can get if she can see, right? If she can get this temporary vision because she is dead set on saving Enoch, right? So of course they have curfew. She goes out. Enoch says, "No, no, no, I'm not missing this gala. You're not gonna mess this up." Wednesday say, "Bump that. I don't care. I'm gone." And so then Thing finds out that they're doing room checks while she's in the middle of this. And can we just say, shout out to Lady Gaga, even though she was not in there for very long, I still love seeing her. But she wasn't in there for she was in the middle of the ritual spell, whatever you want to call it. She was in the middle of it when Enoch decides to come and interrupt it, which then, and she had just told her, like, if you break the gaze, then something is going to happen, right? Like there's consequences for it. And of course there was consequences, and they end up swapping places. And that's where we get that nice little scene. I'm gonna call it iconic because I thought that was like the best scene ever, with Wednesday dancing in this colorful sweater. And we were like, what the hell is happening? Why is Wednesday losing her mind like this? But come to find out, it was actually Enoch. So throughout this entire episode, they've actually swapped bodies. And I'm gonna go back and forth for a second, but I do want to talk about Enoch, because last week we saw Enoch transform, and we were like, why? Because I was like, is it a full moon? I think we all asked the question, like, was it a full moon? Why was she transfer? Like, what was happening? And then we found out that she this episode that she transformed and it wasn't a full moon, and that she could possibly be an alpha. And I guess for what they know of, like, because we don't know all the details of an alpha, is what I can't think of what her name right now, redhead. We don't know all the details. Yeah, her. We don't know all the details of what it entails, but from what they've been told, the alpha is a lone wolf. And now Enoch is scared. She doesn't know what this means. And she doesn't believe that she could even be an alpha. So what were y'all thoughts just on this whole alpha thing? And how do y'all think that's going to play out? Or have you even thought that far yet? Candy, then Tika, then Tamika.
Is she really an alpha? Is it realistic for her? Or is this lady playing with her mind? I don't know. What's her name? The music teacher?
Capri.
Yeah, is Capri like really? Is she for real that she's she's a alpha, or is she playing with her? Is she just trying to see where she can get her? Is she manipulating the situation?
So you don't trust Capri?
No, not at all. Because I don't know who she is. Like, other than her boyfriend or somebody was a hide or something, but that doesn't tell me anything other than that. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, because I don't know if she's actually an alpha, and then what that means. She'll be by herself or something. I don't know, and I don't see that for Enid, because Enid is a socialite. She's a bubbly person, happy person. So if she whoops out, she's going to stay in that state, and then she's going to be alone. So I can't see that being Enid per se. So hopefully she's not an alpha, and hopefully that's not true if it is.
Girl, you don't be trusting nobody at all. Actually, low-key, like, at first I didn't trust Capri, but now I low-key do trust her. Like, I don't know, after this episode, I don't distrust her anymore. I think that she really is going to try to help Enid in any way that she can. I don't think she's the op, but I could be wrong. Tika?
I mean, Capri could be the op, and she could be the helpful op. I don't know how to move with her. But I mean, it seems like there's some validity to what she is saying, considering the fact that we do see Enid go ahead and turn into one. But the thing about it, Wednesday didn't even care that she was told to go stay in lockdown until the time passed by. I understand why she told her to go stay in lockdown, but I also understand why Wednesday chose not to, because had she stayed in there, then they wouldn't have been able to, switch back to themselves. So I get it. It was, to me, but it was like a little selfish, but then it was like, girl, we got to switch back. Like, so if you turn into an alpha for the rest of your life, that's your problem. But, I mean, Hey, I'm with Candy also as far as Enid being a alpha and being alone because she is that socialite. She loves her colors. She loves her colorful drinks. She loves her, socializing, her dancing. And if she becomes that alpha that cannot do those things anymore, I mean, I would feel really bad for her. So, I mean, Capri may have some validity to what she's saying.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, I think it could be. I think it would be interesting because Enoch does feel like she is not the toughest. I'll say it like that. And for her to end up being like strong, I mean, because at one point she tells her like, "You don't know what I'm capable of." Um, this is before they switch. She's like, "You don't know what I'm capable of," and then that just kind of makes me think like, "Hey, maybe, just maybe." If she does become an alpha, maybe it doesn't mean that she has to be alone or any of that. Maybe that's just misinformation and she could still be this alpha and just be this badass. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love that for Enid to have her just, be like super tough instead of like what people think now or what everyone kind of perceives now, like, oh, you have to save me because that's how she feels like Wednesday feels after they switch places. She go in that book and she look in that book and she saw what Wednesday actually wrote about her character, and she didn't like it. She didn't like it at all, and that's why we get this dance scene. And when Wednesday said she was allergic to color, she was being serious, Tamika, like real serious. She's literally allergic to color. That's crazy. But
Yeah,
your
that
thoughts on
was.
Enoch and then and how she got Wednesday back with this whole colorful situation.
And yeah, and then realized that it was gonna actually hurt her. I mean, this was interesting because she did say to her, "Have you ever walked in somebody else's shoes?" And you typically people don't understand something unless they're the ones that's going through it. So I figured if they switch and they get to see each other's perspectives, then maybe they would come at each other in a different way. But at the same time, I was like, child, y'all are not acting anything like what, the person that you're inside would normally act like. And I was wondering how it was taking people so long to say, what the hell is happening here? But I still enjoyed it. I think they both played, the parts very well as far as when they did the switch. And I don't trust that damn music teacher either. I haven't trusted her since the, but I'm hoping that pretty much along the lines of what y'all was already saying. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Ena being an alpha either, if that means her, having the strength and us seeing her in another night, like not it being that she has to be stuck and that she's going to be alone. I think at one point she even tells her, well, that's not necessarily always the case. So if they actually bringing her in for her to guide her and show her another way for her to go, and have her be on another level, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. But outside of that, I was like, I get her feelings being hurt when she read what Wednesday wrote in the book, but I also feel like y'all should be kind of beyond this. You should know Wednesday a little bit more, and then both of them being able to find out things about each other, because she didn't know about Wednesday, trying to protect her this whole time, and Wednesday didn't know about her having to, be locked up because she could potentially be an alpha. But yet it seemed like instead of that making them have a better understanding of each other, they were still trying to fight against it. And it's just like, ew, which I wouldn't want to be in nobody else's body either. So I can't be mad at them for that part. But it was like, come on, I need y'all to get together. And when she caught, what was the boyfriend name? I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is having
Bruno.
fog. When she
Bruno.
caught him, Bruno, when she caught him on the damn phone, I said, "Well, what's really good?" Because she was like, "Damn, you getting a lot more texts and phone calls than you usually do. You got a whole girlfriend going on, child." Yeah, he had to go.
Bruno was on one, and Wednesday did not waste no time breaking up with him.
Yes.
Broke up with he was shocked when he was like, "Oh, you know this language." I forgot whatever the language was, and trust me, I don't remember and didn't try to commit it to memory. But he was shocked, and she was just like, I was like, "Yeah, I love that for her." But when Enoch finds out about it, she's like, "She broke up with Bruno." I said, "Why is Enoch so colorful?" She is so animated. I love it though.
But when Enid flipped his ass over, though, she flipped him over first.
Oh, you talking about when
Bruno.
that was Wednesday? Yeah, when Wednesday.
No, that was Enid. Wasn't that Enid that flipped Bruno over? Well, I mean Enid's body, but Wednesday.
It was Enid's body, but it was Wednesday that flipped him over.
Yeah, she heard him talking. So yeah, I like when she flipped his ass behind, flipped his over because he needed that. He needed it. He needed to be flipped over. Good.
So I don't know. Ajax looking pretty good now, huh?
Him and his worms.
Girl, that would be the worst part about it. Like, can you imagine that hat popping off in the most inopportune moment? That would be crazy. And people just turn into stone. But throughout this episode, too, we had Enoch and Wednesday. Okay, so they're literally switched places, but they also are in these situations or in these spots that, you know, that they don't really know how to navigate because Enoch is having to deal with Morticia and she's really finding out what Wednesday goes through as it relates to her mom and the relationship with her mom. And she even talks about it like when they have when they have to finally just realize that they have to understand each other, when they have to finally be honest with each other in order to switch back bodies. When they have that particular moment, she does, you know, say that, you know, her mom is a lot, even though I don't agree with that because I think Morticia is just being a mom and trying to help. But from a teenage perspective, I guess they would see it as, you know, being a lot. Because I honestly think Wednesday has it pretty good, but that's just me. But anywho, let's talk about when after Agnes gets into the thing, she calls Wednesday, and poor Enoch, she had to do Agnes like that. She had to do her like that. But anyway, Agnes says she gonna help anyway. She get into the back seat, she find that body, she call him up and like, look, hey, I found him and they have to go and rescue. They have to go and rescue her, right? So let's talk about that scene because I thought that was a pretty dope scene. I'll start with Tika, and you can just you can go ahead and break us down, like take us to that moment and talk about that.
I mean, yeah, she after Agnes saw him unalive Professor Orloff, get the brain, get the power source, then she of course she disappears. She screams at first and then Agnes disappears, you know. And thankfully she has that type of defense mechanism because had he saw her, she probably would have been a goner. So after she disappears, then I'm like, well dang, where did she go? Now I mean I see her crouched down, but she ends up in the trunk of the car that Isaac is driving. Tyler is in that, and Francois is in that vehicle as well. And like you said, EJ, she calls the girl, hey, come get me. Y'all gonna have to come and help me. And you know, it was good that she was there at that moment. But I was just like, oh, please don't get her caught because Tyler ended up going out to the car because they heard something and Francois was like, go see what's going on. She just literally sent him to the wolves. It really could have been somebody out there that was out there popping off, but it wasn't, thankfully. But he looked into the trunk and disappeared. And that's when he saw the body of old girl in there. And I didn't know what happened to her. Like they didn't tell us at the end of the episode. We didn't really kind of like know. We knew that Isaac had rolled up on her, but we didn't know exactly what happened. And so we see she in the trunk of the car, just gone, bleeding. And yeah, I mean, I understand why Agnes got in that trunk with him. However, it wouldn't have been me. I couldn't have gotten in the trunk. It wouldn't have been me.
Listen, she ride for Wednesday, okay? She said, listen, I gotta make sure that my girl know that I ride for her, especially after Enoch had already made her feel bad. And she still did what she had to do. What up, Kay?
Hey, Kay.
Listen, talk to us about this episode. Like, I mean, just so much has happened, and we want to hear what your thoughts are just over pretty much everything. We're at the scene of when the big fight scene, I guess I'll call it the fight scene. But I want to hear your thoughts over the episode and just everything leading up to that.
I liked this episode. It seemed like this could have been like 2 episodes. This was a lot going on, from the her having the conversation with her grandma, and then her going and talking to Lady Gaga's character, and then them swapping bodies, and then y'all, Agnes is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Agnes is something else, but I love that there's a support group for body parts, and and they accepted Agnes anyway, and that she didn't do anything reckless or she didn't do anything vindictive. She went to therapy. I said, see, that's why I like Agnes. The wolf boy that was cheating on Enid. See, she should have stayed with Ajax. That's what I said. When that happened, I said, you know what? She should have went on to stay with Ajax, because it was just, it was just something about that. But I love how we knew Morticia knew that there was a spirit there that was hanging around Wednesday, and she called it out, and that she was also kind of like putting 2 and 2 together, that there was a body swap. Morticia is very intelligent and wise, and Wednesday keeps underestimating her mom. Mm-hmm. And I need her to know that you can't get over on her. Like, she's always she's gonna be right there with you. Like, you're not pulling the wool over her eyes right in there. But I like the acting though that was done by the characters who play Enid and Wednesday, because think about it, it wasn't just them trying to do an impression of the other person. They were playing another character, also trying to act like themselves. Like, it was a lot like going on there. So they had to show a lot of acting abilities and a lot of acting skills there. And I'm still trying to figure out, why does Wednesday why is she in Tyler's business still? Have we answered that yet? Because he's over there with his mom and his uncle and stuff. Why is she in the Hyde's business right now?
Girl, because she just won't stop. I don't know how that. Okay, I don't even know how that's gonna save Enoch, because that's what she says she's trying to do, is save Enoch. But I don't know how getting over here. Does she think Tyler gonna off Enoch? Is that why she keep trying to get to him, girl? I don't know.
I don't. It's something else as to why that something is gonna happen, because I'm like, they done got out the picture, but you still over here. Like, they wasn't even thinking about her at this point. Like, she made extra effort to go and see what was going on with them. Like, Wednesday did not have to be in that situation.
Nope.
Because didn't they have a truce where, you leave us alone, we leave you alone? Wasn't that what Morticia and Beatrice, what's her name? Budale? That's the way.
Listen, I'll be making up stuff too. Everybody gonna have a different name.
Child, ain't that's what they agreed on in episode?
Yes, they did agree on that, and that's why I'm like, why is Wednesday still in everybody's business? Like, the truth was made. She didn't have to be over there with them.
She really didn't. Okay, they was over there, and he was over there trying to take the Hyde out the doggone so it wouldn't even have been 2 Hydes. Would have been 1 if Wednesday had just let him try to do it.
Mind her damn business.
Wednesday going Wednesday.
Listen, if that had worked, they might have even taken it out of Tyler. I'm just saying, like, it's a really big possibility that probably would have been what happened. I agree with you, Mark. Shout out to Mark with the $2 super chat. I agree. I think Wednesday, she playing this tit for this tag you in, I hit you, you hit me, like weird Wednesday vibes or whatever, like when you was real young and you hit them, you hit them.
But there's nothing she can do with those feelings, right? She can't do anything with him because he's a Hyde. Like, what's she gonna do with him? I mean, what are they?
He flung her out the window.
Like, what they would do if they were to, like, he can't stand her. He actually hates her guts. Like, what are they gonna, like, even if he does change his mind and y'all decide to date, what are y'all gonna do?
Girl, I don't know. That's foreplay for Wednesday. Throw him out the window. Ooh, he
Okay. Ooh, that sure
Exactly.
is
Oh, he put me in a coma. That's the one right there.
nice.
okay. Listen,
I got
don't
to
know.
put a little extra cream on that little scar right there. Ooh,
I know.
Okay.
thank you, boo.
I wonder what he's gonna do this time.
But okay, I guess we up to the part now about the big fight scene. What were your thoughts over just I don't know. Do you think because they were still swapped bodies when she wolfed out. Oh, that was dope. Now that I think about it, I forgot that was Wednesday who technically wolfed out in
Mhm.
theory. That was crazy.
And you should know because she hadn't had the proper training to control it, and Enid is already struggling with being able to, calm herself down and hold that ability back. So I know Wednesday wasn't going to be able to.
Mhm.
The thing that stuck out to me though was that after Wednesday wolfed out in Enid's body, Tyler was getting elevated, but his mom was like, "Don't do it." Like, cause he was just like, "If that's where we going, we going." Like I could toss it up, like it's nothing. And his mom was like, chill, don't do it right now. And I was thinking, like, would it like she's kind of keeping him calm so that, like, for what reason? Because I'm thinking like going to toss her ass out the window again, like he did last time, put another coma. But the mom was like, "Don't do that." Because first of all, y'all came to my house at this point. You every time you keep going to him with the foolishness. But mom was like, "No, chill out." And I'm like, what is she kind of saving him for? Is that his mom trying to keep the compromise that she made with Morticia? Like, I don't want no smoke. Like I said, it wasn't gonna be no smoke. It ain't gonna be no smoke.
Mm-hmm. Or you think it's for something else? I get what you're saying. I don't know. Tamika, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know now, can't everything, but I originally felt like she was just keeping her word. Because Morticia said she believed her. She said, we don't made a truce, and I told her, you chill, I chill, and I'm gonna take her for her word. So I think that means something if Morticia feels like she ain't got nothing to worry about. But that don't mean that homegirl couldn't still have something else up her sleeve because it was a little weird when she first was talking to her son in the beginning for me, even before then. But when she told him to chill, he did listen. I didn't know if he was going to toss, Wednesday up. Well, technically, but Wednesday up against some walls or something. But that part was dope. I ain't even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, Francois, Morticia, was she nice to her? It was some kind of connection that they had when they were in school or something. And that's what also allowed her to have that grace and
Yeah,
be able
she
to strike
mentioned
that.
something about Morticia saving her back in the days, and now your daughter, Wednesday saved me now. So
Mm-hmm. So I think that also might have something to do with this. So I'm in the middle of it because I like on one hand I don't trust the Hyde, but on the other hand, like Morticia said, the motherly side of it makes it a little bit different. So I don't know. There's that, but it was dope. I love that whole scene. Now let's get to okay. So we all know what happened there. So we know that everybody got out. Nobody died. Okay. Nobody died in this. Nobody died in the place. But everybody got out. But of course, all of that, the machine and everything now is destroyed. So there's no way that they're going to be able to take the hide out of them. There's no machine now. So we still got these two hides running around and a zombie because that's what Slurp is, aka Isaac, right? So we got them running around. But more importantly, we gotta get these two back in their right bodies. And then I think somebody already talked about it about when Morticia recognized that the spirit was there, and she told her everything, and they was like, look, you got to go get her out the cages, y'all got to go do this and blah, 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 all this stuff. They get back to the grave or the cemetery, and they are honest with each other about what's going on with each other so that they can swap back bodies, right? They end up swapping back bodies, but after they swap back bodies, there's a big revelation that kind of comes about. Yes, Enoch is no longer in danger, right? They have, Wednesday has saved Enoch, right? But she has now put a target on somebody else's head. Only we don't know who it is, only that it's somebody now in her family. So Wednesday, y'all. Wednesday. Tamika, I'm gonna start with you on this. Girl, what's your thoughts? Because Wednesday make my head hurt. You hear me, Tamika?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just talking. I was saying there was certain parts that she definitely was doing it for me in this damn episode. I'm like, okay, Wednesday, I'll be trying to root for you, lean with it, roll with it, rock with it, and hang with you, girl. But you be doing too damn much. Like, I need you to find another way where it's like, okay, I've been doing it this way for all this time and it ain't working out. Like, what's the point of you having the damn spirit God? You don't want to listen to spirit God. You don't want to listen to any daggone body because you feel like you know more than everybody. I just really need that to change, okay, some way, somehow. I don't know how we get there or when we get there, but I hope it's soon. Yeah, she definitely was irking my damn nerves because I'm like, damn, now you may have stopped this one situation, went in it for now, but now your ass is the Adams that's in danger and we don't know which one, child. So now we're gonna have to be running around here trying to figure that out.
This is like totally off subject, y'all. But I have to know: did Emma Myers play in that other movie on Netflix? The one about the, you know what? Never mind. I'll ask in a minute. I just went totally. I just saw her face, and I was like, I didn't, and I saw her without the blonde hair, and I was like, man, I feel like I've seen her somewhere else before. I just can't picture it in something that I was watching a few months ago. But anyway, Candy, thoughts?
Yeah.
Thoughts over this new revelation? Enoch's life is saved, but what about the new revelation of somebody in the Adams family now is going to get 86? Guys.
Every time I hear that noise, I see you. I'm like, EJ started doing. But yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's another. If damn if you do, damn if you don't. Wednesday, and she's always in a place of having to, or somebody has to clean up something she didn't mess up. She's like Principal Weems tried to tell her, you need to tap into your family, the spiritual, I'm not spiritual realm, but your family lineage and let it go from there instead of trying to do your own thing. Like, she needs to come back home and hone into that and be with Morticia and learn from her, because there's no other way for her to master anything if she doesn't learn from the master. Like, you need to calm down and bring it on down, because everything that she's doing is like it explodes and then somebody has to fix it, or we have to go to another place to clean it up. And now we clean up Enid, but guess what? Now one of your family members about to be taken out. Why? Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But she's going Wednesday. Hey, Inga.
Hey, Inga, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't listen. Tika, what say you about your girl Wednesday that don't listen to nobody?
Listen, even Rosalind Rockwood from the other side told her about her overbearance and everything that she does wrong, and Wednesday refuses to listen. She has started something, and had she just listened to Morticia from the beginning, we wouldn't be going on this roller coaster of everything that whatever Wednesday does is going to have an effect. So I need them to just ship Wednesday off to a special place, put her in a box so she doesn't, whatever she does, it doesn't affect anybody else. But then I guess we wouldn't have Wednesday. But can I just say real quick, why did they have possum pot pie? Like I was like, no. With the whole
Ugh.
possum head, I'm sorry, I digress, but that just threw me. And I felt bad for Enid when she had to sit there and potentially even eat that or just look at it. It was just too much for me.
Yes.
It
I
looked
thought about
like
that. I was like, Enid
backwoods
is she over
hillbilly
there like,
food.
she is shaking in her boots. And I'm like, oh, Morticia, you don't see your child don't want to eat this damn food? She didn't got up and walked away. You don't know this ain't your baby.
Look like mountain people cuisine.
It was the whole face, like, ugh.
Okay. Kay, what were your thoughts about that last ending about her? Yeah, maybe we saved Enoch, but now we put our family, somebody in our family, in potential danger.
First, it shouldn't have taken them swapping bodies or Enid's life being in danger for her to say something nice to her, because Enid is a good friend to Wednesday.
Mhm.
And she needs to let her know that, because Enid was about to be so over Wednesday. She was about to be so done with her. She was just like, you're best friends with Agnes. You dumped my wolf boyfriend. You hid the fact that my life was threatened from me. Like, what else are we doing? She found like a notebook of stuff about like Enid is a real good friend to Wednesday, and she was about to be through with her. It don't need to take her life being threatened for her to say something nice and for her to let her know, like, I actually cherish you as a friend. Like, you're a good friend, and no, I'm not replacing you with Agnes and her little weird self. Like, me and you locked in. It shouldn't have taken that long. And of course, Wednesday has had warnings from her mom, her grandma, and the spirit. Oh, and her spirit guide. The old, like, they keep telling her, like, sit down. Like, I guess get her ending up with a concussion was not enough. Like, for her to stop meddling, like, sit down somewhere and do something else, because whatever you trying to pursue, and for whatever reason, you're only causing more of a problem than what there should be. And at this point, I'm gonna need them to tap out from what's going on with Tyler in them, because there's other stuff going on. Okay, that she's still not through with the lady from the mental hospital. Okay, she need to be looking over her shoulder for that reason. And I still don't trust that grimy principal. Like, Wednesday, if you're gonna go and pursue something, let it be something that's helping people and not putting people's life in direct danger like you're doing right now, because it's not working out.
That part. But Wednesday gone Wednesday, as we all say. She gonna do what she does best. And at some point, maybe she will finally sit and listen. But I fear that it's going to take something. It's going to take something in order to really get her to, like, really just listen and try to fix this bond with her and her mom, or whatever this situation is with them, in order for her to even get her psychic abilities back, so that she can truly, potentially, she keeps talking about master something. At the end of the day, she just needs to learn how to use them, control them, and use them correctly, and not abuse them. Is what that, to me, that's the true master of it, when you can use them and not abuse them. Because we learned that grandmama don't even use her. She don't even want to use her ability no more. She tapped out of it. She done with it. And I'm still thinking that the sister has to be somewhere. I know that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, that girl was going to end up being the sister, but I still think that somewhere we going to find the sister. And I even think that if grandmama would have maybe focused on maybe using her power, you know what I'm saying? That maybe she could have found her daughter as well. But we don't know a whole bunch of backstory to that. So I don't want to go too far into it, because my thought process is that maybe she did try to use it, and maybe that's why she gave up on it, because it didn't lead her to her daughter. Like, that's kind of what I've been, like, because I feel like there's just like this whole other story that we just don't have. But I could be wrong. But final thoughts over the episode in whole and what you're looking forward to for this next episode. If you have not already went to the next episode, I still haven't. I'm still going episodically. So I'm just looking forward to I just want to see where we go from here, because I feel like Wednesday's going to turn it up a notch. Kay, what are you looking forward to and your final thoughts over this episode?
I want to see the evolution of Isaac, formerly known as Slurp, because he's coming right on along at this point. And I think that the more human he gets, he might need to stop eating other people, because now it's getting real cannibal-like. So I think the more advanced he becomes, let's start eating real meals at this point.
That's right.
I would like to see some kind of collaboration be with Wednesday and her mom. Like, stop fighting Morticia and ask her for her help, because she's smarter than you. She knows what she's doing. So stop trying to be sneaky and go behind her back. You see that you need people now. Just go ask Morticia for help.
Mm-hmm. And if they all put their heads together with the nightshades, with Morticia, like, they would really be able to get somewhere and figure out whatever. Because at this point, I don't even know what we're trying to figure out no more. But whatever it is, teamwork makes the dream work. Damn it. TicahDishawn, what say you? Final thoughts on this episode, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, my final thought on this episode is they need to bottle that ointment that Morticia gave to Enid when she broke out. I need that good skincare. You wipe it on, and it's whatever you break out in is gone. I love that moment. She didn't know she was talking to Enid, but even still, even though Wednesday gives Morticia the business every time they're around each other, she still found it in her heart to, help her. Me, I would have let my daughter just suffer just a little bit, but she went ahead and she helped her anyway. And, I love that moment. And I'm just looking forward to Principal Dort. I know I just never trust him, and I'm ready to get into his storyline and to see why he's messing with the siren, Bianca, the way that he is. I just want to see what else is going on in that situation. And yeah, I mean, of course, I've been enjoying Wednesday. I try not to watch the next episode, so after tonight, then I'll be able to watch the follow-up, the next episode coming, so I can see what's going on. And that's it.
Okay, that's what's up. Candy Love.
Yes, I enjoyed this episode. I am ready to see Slurp Isaac. I'm ready to see what he really develops into, how well he looks, because he's looking a whole lot better each time he eats a brain. Sadly, Professor Olaf, was one to go, to help him, generate some facial features and realistic human, face, facial features. Rest in peace to that man. I want to see what's gonna go on with Principal Dort. His name Dort. I want to see what's gonna go on with him. I need to know what he's really all about. What's really going on, like with Tika said, with the Bianca situation. Why is it Bianca and her mama? Like, what's really going on? What's so important? I want to see who he is and where he was before we got here. Like, I want to see more than I want to see a lot. I want to see some other stuff.
Okay.
What else? That's Wednesday, of course. See what devilment she get into, and who gonna pull her up out the hole. I want to see that as well. Of course, it's Wednesday, so let's see what Wednesday got going on.
Okay, that part. Okay, I'm gonna double back to you real quick, because you didn't get a chance to talk about old Professor Olaf. He out of here. He's gone. Where did you expect him to go?
No. I thought he was just like gonna be part of the cast. Like, I thought we was gonna be locked in.
Mm-hmm.
gone too? R.I.P. Because I know I thought that he was gonna be sticking around. That he was that. I mean, there was no reason for him to be taken out of here. Like,
That part.
Yeah.
like
That
it
man
could have
had
been some.
wisdom.
I feel like it could have been somebody else. Exactly. He had knowledge and stuff, and he
Mhm.
knew like the history of the school, and he knew like the backdrop of all of the students and stuff like that. So now that he's gone, we're gonna have to find another wise old person, because there's always got to be somebody old and wise to give you the history of stuff. So now
Yeah.
that he's gone, I'm like, well, who's gonna take his place so that that's the go-to person for the history stuff?
But y'all, when he was backing up from Slurp, I said, "Oh, poor thing, he backing him up to a corner. He was just backing up. His wheels was spinning." I said, "Oh,
Girl, when he hit that thing, I said, "Oh, he done."
his
That
wheels was spinning." I said, "Oh, poor thing, it's a
He was
wrap."
already struggling.
Yeah,
okay.
he couldn't even breathe. Like whatever, he must unplug something. He was like, I said,
He
"Oh
took
Lord,
that
all right."
power source. He took that power source out of
Yeah,
there.
okay,
Once
that's
he
what it
took
was.
that
Yeah,
power
I said,
source,
"All right."
that was it too. Yep.
I'm just saying, Professor shouldn't have been in there talking ish. Should have been talking nice. Tamika, final thoughts over this episode.
Yeah, I want Wednesday to listen for once, but I know that ain't happening. But I do want her to be able to come to some type of resolution with her damn mama. Okay, and shout out to Professor. He was a real one. I don't like that they did that. And oh, Isaac, what he gonna be having going down there. But yeah, I need the teacher to be addressed. Like, I mean, not the teacher, the professor, the principal. I need him to be addressed. I need Wednesday to take that same energy she been having for Tyler. I'm sorry. I guess Kayla want Wednesday to do this too because she yapping. Um, towards this Dak on principal who has been terrorizing, Miss Siren Girl and been behind the scenes, I don't know, like wanting to manipulate and get her grandma to give this money. But I mean, I guess that's one good thing. I don't think grandma gave no damn money yet, but I need grandma to give better advice too if we gonna still be continuing to see her. I did enjoy seeing Lady Gaga up here. I forget the person she was playing, but I enjoyed seeing her. I feel like she fits right into the Wednesday universe.
Mm,
So yeah, and like is Wednesday gonna be following this spirit guide? What is she gonna use to find out which Adams it is that's in danger? How she gonna save them? Child, Wednesday, get it together, girl.
I wonder if she gonna tell Morticia about it or say anything to her
hmm
about it. That's kind of what I'm wondering about too. Like, will she let like how she hid it from Enoch? Will she hide it from her family? I mean, after all, it's one of them. Hell, it could be her. Shit, I don't know. She a Adams too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I am interested to see if any of that's gonna go down. But yeah, y'all, that was it. That's what's up with Wednesday. The name of this episode, I believe, was called Woe Thou Self. Or hold on, let me make sure I'll be done live. Yep, that's the name of it. Woe Thou Self. So yeah, guys, if you're watching this on the replay, please make sure to drop down and type in hashtag replay squad. Let us know that you came through. Let us know what you thought about this episode and all the things. And make sure y'all drop a comment. RIP Orloff. I mean, he was a real one and they didn't have to take him out like that. I need to know what you ladies got going on your channels. I'm going to start with Tamika, then I'm going to go to Candy, then I'm going to go to TicahDishawn, and I'm going to end it with K. And then myself, and I'll just tell y'all right now, just keep your notifications on for me because I really don't know what I have going on. But Tamika, go ahead.
Yeah, keep your notifications on. I know that I'm supposed to join Candy Love and Monique 69 Ways around 10:30 to talk about sisters. And other than that, I'm pretty much just joining the ladies for Wednesday, of course. And me and Candy have also been talking about Beauty and Black. That's really it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Candy Love and then TicahDishawn.
Yes, yes. Again, like everybody said, keep your notification bells on. This past Sunday and on yesterday, Tamika and I did Beauty and Black episodes 1, 2, and then we did 3 and 4. And then next Sunday, this coming Sunday we'll be doing 5 and 6, and then Tuesday we'll be doing 7 and 8 to finish out the first part of season 2. So please join us for that. And then tomorrow and then like Tamika just said, we'll be doing Sisters in about an hour or so. And then tomorrow we'll be doing Zatima with EJ and the gang. So just keep your notification bells on. Thank you for having me.
Of course. TicahDishawn.
Yep, and as for me, just like everybody's saying, keep those notifications on. I'm definitely gonna do a Monday night rewind. We got Zatima tomorrow night. At some point, I'm gonna break down or do some recaps on Beauty in Black. And my Monday night rewind is y'all already know it consists of a movie from back then, back in the time, whatever, you know. So that's pretty much what I have going on. Thank y'all. Tonight was fun as always, getting together talking about Wednesday on Wednesdays. So thank y'all. Have a good one, everybody.
Hey, Kay, what you got going on?
Okay, horror people, nerd people. This week, review for The Long Walk is coming. Gen V first 3 episodes, I believe, are out. So review for that is coming. Next week, we'll be doing a live for him. And then the week after that will be Marvel's Zombies. So nerd people, horror people, make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your alerts.
Okay, listen, go on over there because she got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Again, keep your notifications turned on. Of course, any live shows. Mine is probably like I think Zatima. I believe Mo 69 will be hosting this week, so definitely come out and hang out with us and join us for that. And yeah. Oh, Friday, Reasonable Doubt I'll be joining somebody's panel on Reasonable Doubt. Just keep your notifications turned on for that one because I think it comes back on tomorrow if you're not watching Reasonable Doubt. And then yeah, I did Beauty in Black already. So if you want to watch the replay on that one, when I take it out of members only, you'll be able to watch that one. And then other than that, that's all I got, y'all. We appreciate everybody coming through. We appreciate the conversation. Thank you, Lemon Kush Pepper, always coming through. We appreciate you. Mark was in the building. Inga came through to say hi to us, so we appreciate that as well. Mark Johnson coming through with the super chats. We appreciate you, bro. And everybody else who came through, we thank y'all. And everybody who was here but didn't say anything, but you were just here listening, we definitely appreciate it. This was a great episode. I cannot wait to see what goes down on the next episode next week. I believe Candy Love will be hosting. Yes, Candy will be hosting. So please make sure to come and join us as we talk about the next episode of Wednesday. And we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
We had a time tonight. TV talk was loud, shade and tight. To the crew that slid through, y'all made it a vibe. And the chat held it down like a real tribe. Big love to the guests, y'all brought the heat. Dropped gems, gave laughs, no need to repeat. To the live chat fam, y'all showed out. To the replay crew, type hashtag replay. Swipe, share, and sub if you rock with the crew. TV junkie, always got room for you, boo.